Hello guys, welcome back to our anime explainer. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel, thank you. Today is explanation of Martial Universe episode number 12 based on novel. So let's start. While the younger generation of the clan sneered and ridiculed, the umber-black brow of Lin Kuo, who was among them, slightly knitted together while her pupils firmly stared at Lin Dong's figure. Although she was rather shocked that Lin Dong was able to defeat Wang Yang previously at the Great Wasteland's ancient tablet, truth be told, even though Wang Yang was reputed to be a genius, he was rather lacking compared Lin Qing and Lin Mu. Speaking such insane words at such a place was truly not suitable at all. Kuo, is this the Lin Dong you spoke of that had defeated the Wang clan's Wang Yang? He hasn't showed his skills, but his arrogance is indeed not weaker than Wang Yang's. While Lin Kuo was frowning, a woman's laughter sounded out to her side. She involuntarily tilted her head, only to see several pretty women crowding around behind her. These women were considerably good-looking and had many suitors among the clan's sons. Upon seeing all of them in one place, the surrounding clan's sons also hurriedly crowded over. Little sister Lin Shui is right. This Lin Dong does not have much skill, yet he speaks of rather big things. Let's see if he still has the face to spout such nonsense when he loses at the hands of big brother Lin Qing and Lin Mu. One of the clan's sons spoke in a fawning manner to the beautiful young lady who had spoken to Lin Kuo, while the rest of them quickly agreed and laughed. It is very rare nowadays to see someone who dares to be so arrogant in front of big brother Lin Langtian. The beautiful young lady known as Lin Shui smiled sweetly. Soon after, she looked at Lin Kuo and continued, Kuo, do you think Lin Dong truly has the qualifications to challenge big brother Lin Langtian? You can watch and see for yourself. Lin Kuo replied in an indifferent manner, I seldom see you mentioning a branch family member from time to time. Could it be that you like this Lin Dong? Lin Shui moved forward, rather pleased with herself as she chuckled. However, it looks like Lin Dong is going to humiliate himself quite a bit today. Lin Kuo's umber-black brow knitted together, but she could not be bothered with this young lady, who was so infatuated with Lin Langtian that no medicine could save her. It was likely that in her heart, all men besides Lin Langtian were trash-like existences. Yet, similar mockery was rather common in the battle arena at this moment. After all, they were truly unable to accept Lin Dong's actions. Since Lin Dong has such a heroic spirit, Lin Qing and Lin Mu, the two of you shall keep him company. The black-robe elder, who seemed to have a rather high status, waved his hand at this moment and commanded in an indifferent tone, yes. Upon hearing the black-robe elder's words, Lin Qing and Lin Mu coldly shouted as they moved and neatly flew onto the highest arena. Their ice-cold gazes locked onto Lin Dong. The attitude the latter had displayed had clearly caused them to become extremely angry. The duo did not waste any time. Once they appeared, they fiercely stamped on the ground as two half-stepped manifestation auras exploded in an instant. Vigorous yuan power undulations rippled in the arena, emitting waves of powerful pressure, and drawing several cried of alarm. Lin Dong right. I truly want to see today what kind of qualifications you have to dare to force the both of us off the arena in 10 rounds. Vigorous yuan power undulated around Lin Qing as he stared at Lin Dong and sneered. Shall we start? However, Lin Dong seemed to ignore the duo's anger as he slowly extended his hand. His voice was calm, not the slightest bit affected by the duo's vigorous and powerful auras. Bang. Lin Dong's flat tone was undoubtedly akin to a spark that completely ignited the fury in the Lin Qing duo's hearts. The duo's eyes immediately turned ice-cold as their bodies charged forward. Vigorous yuan power swiftly condensed at the center of their palms, causing low sonic boom sounds as they viciously targeted Lin Dong's vital points at crafty angles. The duo displayed an astonishing coordination. They attacked as if they were one, causing it to be difficult to defend. However, in the face of the duo's extremely well-coordinated attack, Lin Dong's expression was not disturbed at all. His body did not move, as steady as a rock, while his palms flipped, forcibly and completely stopping the incoming punches half a meter from his body. In the arena, Lin Dong's body did not even tremble when he caught the duo's attacks, and only the muffled noise fist and palm hitting swiftly sounded out. As they watched the exchange in the arena, the expressions of some of the more discerning onlookers immediately grew somewhat solemn. Everyone could tell that Lin Dong had easily dealt with the Lin Qing duo's combined attack. His palms seemed to have become an iron wall, causing the Lin Qing duo's attacks to be unable to reach his body. From this move alone, they could tell that Lin Dong indeed had some ability to back up his wild words. However, this was still not enough to defeat the Lin Qing duo in 10 rounds. Every gaze in the enormous battle arena was gathered at this place. They held their breaths as they quietly watched the dizzyingly quick and violent attacks, while they continued to count the number of rounds in their minds. In the remote seating booth, Lin Juntian and the rest were incomparably tensed as they gazed at the highest arena, their faces a little shocked that Lin Dong was actually able to be as steady as Mount Tai in the face of the combined might of the two half-stepter manifestation Lin Qing and Lin Ken, which was enough to contend against an initial manifestation stage practitioner. Yet, a little anxiousness showed in their eyes. Although it was a stalemate in the arena, 10 rounds will be quickly used up. This Lin Dong indeed has some ability. The intense fight in the arena also caused the main clan members to be somewhat surprised. They had originally thought that Lin Dong would quickly crushed, but the scene before their eyes made them understand that Lin Dong's strength was indeed enough to rival the Lin Qing and Lin Mu duo. When Lin Kuo saw this, she also stealthily sighed in relief, secretly a little astonished at Lin Dong's progress. In the Great Wasteland's ancient tablet, Lin Dong's strength was only at the initial chi creation stage. To think that he was already this strong after a short year. In the golden seating area, the elders watching the exchange were a little silent for a time, especially the grey-haired and black-robe elders, whose expressions were slightly ugly. They could naturally tell that till now, Lin Dong had not once truly attacked. On the other hand, the Lin Qing duo's full force offense was unable to successfully penetrate the half-a-meter radius around Lin Dong's body. The difference between the parties could have considered to have truly revealed itself at this moment. Lin Langtian's hands, which were originally rubbing together on the table, had already completely stopped at this moment. He stared at the arena and finally opened his mouth as a voice akin to an old well without ripples sounded out. A little capable, however. It is already the 9th round, bang. Vigorous yuan power undulations abruptly spread out in the arena. Countless gazes watched, only to see that Lin Qing and Lin Mu were actually jolted back several steps. In contrast, from start to end, that figure had not moved even half a step backwards. It was already clear who was stronger and who was weaker, but at this moment, 9 rounds had already passed. Lin Dong, you are indeed very strong, however. I'm afraid it's time for you to pay the price of your arrogance. The expression on the current Lin Qing was rather ugly, but soon after, he deeply inhaled as he icily declared. He acknowledged Lin Dong's strength, but they still did not believe that Lin Dong would be able to completely sweep them off the arena in a single round. You've overestimated yourselves. However, Lin Dong slowly shook his head at Lin Qing's icy voice. He stared at the duo, his body slightly twisting, and finally took the initiative for the first time, and stepped forward. The reason why I will make my move in the 10th round is because I have no grudge with you. I have already given enough face. Next, it's time to take a look at your capabilities. Boom. The instant he stepped forward, the immense conical arena seemed to shiver as a suffocating pressure suddenly unfurled from Lin Dong's body like a storm. Retreat. When they sensed the suffocating pressure, Lin Qing's and Lin Mu's abruptly contracted. Their bodies furiously backed away, while the yuan power in their bodies was urged out without reservation. Sky-shattering devil tablet palm. Vigorous, without equal yuan power suddenly burst out from the Lin Qing duo's bodies. Soon after, it directly condensed into a giant devil tablet above the duo's heads. The devil tablet floated in the sky, emitting an astonishing pressure. One could tell that the Lin Qing duo had used everything they had. This yuan power undulations were enough to contend against an initial manifestation stage practitioner, kill. A low roar sounded out from the Lin Qing duo's mouths as the giant devil tablet instantly descended, bringing with it an extremely ferocious destructive force, as it viciously slammed down upon Lin Dong under the watch of countless nervous gazes. In response to the Lin Qing duo's final attack, Lin Dong's figure suddenly became as indistinct as mist. His body stepped in the air like a wisp of green smoke, and after each step he took, an afterimage would appear behind him. In the blink of an eye, 9 afterimages appeared in the sky. 9 destruction purple shadow. When the 9th afterimage appeared, the aura emitted from Lin Dong's body suddenly reached a terrifying level. At the same time, a resplendent scorching sun floated up from Lin Dong's body. Immediately, a pure energy storm formed around Lin Dong. Boom. When the scorching sun appeared, a fist flew out, solidly smashing into the devil tablet under countless watching gazes. Instantly, a shocking yuan power storm unfurled in the sky at a frightening speed. Break. The storm filled the skies as an icy shout suddenly echoed out. Bang. As the shout faded, cracks instantly spread out on the giant devil tablet. In the end, the devil tablet condensed from the full might of the Lin Qing duo directly exploded under countless shocked gazes. In the sky, the duo's complexions instantly turned deathly white, as they wildly vomited a mouthful of fresh blood. Their bodies shot out like artillery shells, heavily cutting a kilometer-long mark in the arena. As they gazed at the 2 unsightly marks on the arena, the silent arena burst into an uproar. Defeat. See under the watch of countless gazes, in the final round, Lin Qing and Lin Mu, the two geniuses, who were second only to Lin Langtian in the Lin clan, were completely defeated at Lin Dong's hands. In a flash, intense shock climbed up everyone's faces bit by bit. They stared at the two unsightly deep scars on the enormous arena, the astonishment in their hearts undoubtedly rising to the limit. No one had expected this kind of outcome. Everyone believed that Lin Dong had spoken arrogant words previously. Yet, at this moment, the sneers of the people, who originally had mouths full of ridicule, and were preparing to watch a good show, slowly froze. They looked rather comical and laughable like clowns. A deathly stillness enveloped the humongous battle arena. In the end, it was broken by the sky-shattering applause that suddenly erupted. The gazes that once again looked towards the young figure no longer had any traces of mockery, and instead, only reverence for the strong. Over these years, it was mostly the main clan members who enjoyed limitless glory during the Lin clan gathering, while the branch families could only be reduced to part of the background. However, today, they saw for the first time a branch family participant display such a powerful side. Moreover, there was no lack of truly discerning people in this place. In the previous 10-round battle, they clearly understood that Lin Dong did not act in the first 9 rounds, and was completely on the defense, allowing Lin Qing and Lin Mu to attack. The only time Lin Dong truly showed his hand was in that final move. Many people believed that if Lin Dong had used that move at the start, Lin Qing and Lin Mu would not even have time to stand steadily in the arena before they would be sorely defeated. Dong has won. Lin Zhentian and Gang were also somewhat astonished as they stared at the arena, and were actually dazed for a time. They knew very well Lin Qing's and Lin Mu's strength in the Lin clan, however, the two half-step to manifestation practitioners, whose combined might could rival an initial manifestation stage practitioner, had suffered a crushing defeat at Lin Dong's hands. What kind of terrifying level had Lin Dong's strength reached? Ha ha, congratulations brother Lin Zhentian. The Yang City branch family has really raised eyebrows and blown off some steam this time. While Lin Zhentian, Lin Xiao and the rest were in shock due to Lin Dong's strength, congratulatory laughter suddenly sounded out from all around. Lin Zhentian looked and found the various surrounding branch family heads crowding over, their faces full of smiles. The mocking smiles that they originally wore now had a flavor of flattery. The strongest of these branch families were the form creation, or qi creation stages, while the weakest were advanced Yuan Dan stage. Although Yang City Lin family was not much different from them, an abnormal like Lin Dong had appeared, immediately raising their status. When even the half-step to manifestation Lin Qing duo had lost at Lin Dong's hands, how strong would he be? How could these branch families, which did not even have qi creation stage practitioners possibly dare to not show proper manners in front of Lin Zhentian and the rest? To one side, Lin Xiao gently patted Lin Zhentian's shoulders. He also knew exactly many years the old man had waited for this day. While the place was in an uproar, the main clan members were silent. This scene was also a rather huge shock to them. Even the combined might of Lin Qing and Lin Mu was not Lin Dong's match. Looks like in this Lin clan, only Lin Langtian would be able to dampen Lin Dong's spirit. He does have a little skill. At this moment, even Lin Shui could only angrily mutter. She looked at Lin Kuo, and contrary to her expectations, the latter appeared somewhat delighted, causing Lin Shui to instantly remark, "What's there to be happy about? The more they celebrate, the more miserable he will end up when Lin Langtian is forced to act. Take care of your own matters and stop cawing at my ears." Lin Kuo's pretty face slightly darkened, seemingly somewhat unable to bear with Lin Shui as she scolded the latter. After being reprimanded by Lin Kuo, Lin Shui's expression turned a little ugly. However, due to Lin Kuo's high status in the clan, Lin Shui could only snort and turn her head. Upon seeing Lin Shui finally shut her mouth, Lin Kuo secretly sighed in relief. Soon after, she lifted her head and looked towards the figure which now had everyone's attention, her little white hands slightly clenching as she mumbled in her heart, "Must you truly force Lin Langtian to act?" She very clearly understood that although Lin Dong had defeated Lin Qing and Lin Mu, and displayed an astonishing strength, this did not mean that he possessed the power to contend against Lin Langtian. The latter's talent and concealed strength was truly too terrifying. If he truly made a move today, Lin Dong's would face worrying consequences. "Now, are my qualifications enough?" Lin Dong's flat voice sounded out in the skies, echoing in everyone's ears. Immediately, everyone's breathing stealthily started to weaken. Lin Dong was indeed still intent on challenging Lin Langtian. However, no one mocked Lin Dong's words this time. After the overwhelming great 10-round battle from before, no one dared to hold contempt for this branch family youth. In the golden seating booth, the grey-haired elder's expression was somewhat dark. Never did he imagine that Lin Dong would actually truly be able to obtain victory over Lin Qing and Lin Mu in 10 rounds. Truly a heroic youngster. The fact that such an outstanding seed can be born from the branch families is truly my Lin clan's good fortune. The purple robe elder lightly clapped with praise in his eyes. Treating the clan so arrogantly in front of so many people cannot count as outstanding. He is at most a thorn that sticks out. The black robe elder remarked in an indifferent manner. Lin Hao, go immediately to find the Yang City branch family members and arrange good seats for them. The purple robe elder turned his head and instructed an elder beside him, Roger. Upon hearing these words, the elder immediately responded before withdrawing, you. When he saw this, the black robe elder's eyes immediately turned cold. From the looks of it, the former was clearly planning to win Lin Dong's support, no need to fight. However, while the two were striving to oppose each other, a soft voice suddenly rang out. Immediately, the golden seating area became quieter, as some gazes turned to the direction of the voice before stopping on a young figure. It was Lin Langtian. Since someone does not know the immensity of heaven and earth, I will make an exception this one time. Under the watch of countless eyes, Lin Langtian slowly stood up from the golden seating booth. Lin Langtian has gotten up. Is he finally going to act? This is the true battle between giants. I really want to see exactly who is the Lin clan's genuine son of heaven. As the existence practically everyone was most aware of, Lin Langtian's every movement would cause waves. Now that he had stood up, countless excited voices erupted in the enormous battle arena. Big brother Lin Langtian is finally going to act. The main clan members wore faces full of excitement. In their hearts, Lin Langtian was an unbeatable war god. They believed that no matter how black this black horse Lin Dong was, he would become dim and unable to shine in the hands of Lin Langtian. That Lin Dong will definitely regret in a while. Lin Shui's eyes were practically glued onto that resplendent figure. Soon after, she was a little pleased with herself as she glanced at the frowning Lin Kuo. As the entire arena focused on him, Lin Langtian's figure moved. When he appeared again, he was already in the sky above the arena. He looked down from above at the figure below as his indifferent voice sounded out. Lin Dong, I will give you one final chance now. Kneel and admit defeat, or else, you will fall at this place. Below, Lin Dong lifted his head as an ice-cold smile slowly formed on his face. He extended a finger as his voice also slowly echoed out, causing countless people to be flabbergasted. I have 2 words for you. Get lost. He was just being sharp-tongued. However, he will soon understand that there is only one exceptional genius in the Lin clan, Lin Langtian. There is no one who can outshine Lin Langtian's brilliance. The black-robed elder smirked indifferently. After listening to what the 2 men had said, the purple-robed elder smiled, declining to comment. His gaze was fixed upon the figure in the arena. Ever since Lin Dong had made his appearance, he had displayed an entire brash and arrogant side. This was exactly the same as any other young genius over the years, who were willful, arrogant and thought themselves unbeatable under the heavens. However, for some reason, he felt that this was not Lin Dong's nature. He was able to rely on the pitiful resources and influence of a branch family to surpass the Lin clan geniuses, Lin Qing and Lin Mu, at such an age. If Lin Dong was a fool who was only capable of using brute force, he would not even have the chance to experience countless dangers and successfully stand here now. Since he was no fool, he should know the consequences of challenging Lin Langtian. No one would throw away their lives for no reason, and Lin Dong was no exception. Yet, he still dared to do this. This proved that he possessed confidence and trump cards. I am actually quite curious. Is there anyone from the younger generation who is able to shake Lin Langtian's position? The purple-robed elder mumbled in his heart, while lightly tapping his long and wrinkled fingers along the edges of the teacup. Of course, he was not the only one who had such expectations. Most of the audience in the arena were looking forward to see who would get the last laugh in this battle of titans. Lin Zhentian and his people were ushered by an elder to seats closer to the battle arena. Upon seeing this, the other branch families were green with envy. However, there was nothing to be done as an abnormal existence like Lin Dong would not appear so easily. Evidently, they did not have such good fortune. Seated on this kind of seat, Lin Zhentian felt somewhat uneasy for a time. It had been many years since he received such treatment. Even in the past, his status in the clan was far from reaching this level. Let's enjoy Donger's performance. No matter what he does, we will always support him without any reservations, Lin Juntian softly sighed as he raised his head and gazed upon the figure at the center of everyone's attention. Even though their power was insignificant compared to Lin Dong's, no matter what, when someone had unwavering support from others behind him, it would be very gratifying. After all, Lin Dong had already done enough for them. That lad thinks that he will receive great prestige just by infuriating big brother Lin Langtian. I am afraid that when the time comes, not only will he not receive any prestige, but he will instead become a corpse. When that moment comes, you will have to collect his body. Just as Lin Juntian completed his sentence, an ear-piercing voice suddenly sounded out from the side. Upon hearing these words, Lin Xiao and the rest were furious. They turned their heads, only to see a few main clan members sneering and staring at them. It seems that these clansmen were unhappy that branch family members were occupying the seats in front of them. Upon these fellows' words, Lin Xiao and the rest were visibly enraged. Just as they were about to shout out in anger, they were stopped by Lin Juntian. Shut up. At this moment, the elder who ushered Lin Juntian and his group to their seats, stared sharply and reprimanded those few clansmen. Upon seeing the elders berate them, the clansmen walked off resentfully. We will see if these people still got the cheek to sit here after that lad is defeated by big brother Lin Langtian. They are merely leeching off that lad's sudden success. If that lad is killed accidentally by big brother Lin Langtian, they will have to return to where they belong. Everyone's eyes were focused on the only giant platform at the roof of the huge battle arena. Lin Langtian was hovering in the mid-air, stepping on nothing but empty space. His face was expressionless, as if Lin Dong's words had no effect on him. However, only a more perceptive individual would discover that an aura of cold-blooded killing intent was seeping out from within Lin Langtian's body. Lin Langtian's killer instinct had awakened. Upon witnessing this scene, numerous practitioners inwardly shivered. The Lin clan's most brilliant genius had been thoroughly infuriated by Lin Dong's brashness. It's a bit too early for you to be so arrogant. However, it's okay. I doubt you will have such a chance to be arrogant from now onwards, Lin Langtian slowly said, as he stared down at Lin Dong with a pair of ice-cold eyes. If that's the case, show me your skills. Lin Dong icily chuckled. As Lin Langtian's final word was coldly spat out, radiant yuan power beams formed abruptly on his palm. Waves of yuan power, which even half-to-step manifestation stage practitioners feared, started to spread out at a lightning speed. These waves of yuan power ultimately merged into a resplendent light beam, which tore apart the skies at an astonishing speed and viciously shot towards Lin Dong. Lin Langtian's attacks were as fast as lightning and practically unavoidable. Those berserk yuan power undulations were deadly enough to blow apart a half-step to manifestation stage practitioner. Through this attack, Lin Langtian had displayed a power that far surpassed the half-step to manifestation. Terrified looks could be seen on the faces of countless people. To wield such power, as expected of the Lin clan's most brilliant genius. The yuan power beam tore apart the skies, practically reaching the spot above Lin Dong's head in a split second. However, Lin Dong's expression did not change in the slightest in the face of Lin Langtian's deadly attack. There was no sign of retreat from Lin Dong, instead he stepped forward and delivered an explosive punch under the crowd's gazes. This punch did not have any yuan power undulations. However, the instant the fist punched out, the air in front of Lin Dong exploded. Under the countless watchful eyes, Lin Dong slowly raised his head and looked at the figure who was hovering in mid-air as his cold voice echoed out. Lin Langtian, I will be very disappointed if your power has only increased by so little in the past 2 years. Show me your true capabilities. In the sky, Lin Langtian's eyes gradually turned icy. A cold and piercing voice filled with strong killing intent propagated through the sky. Since you are determined to court death, it shall be as you wish. In the sky, Lin Langtian stood in the air, allowing countless gazes to gather on his body. His ice-cold gaze was firmly locked onto Lin Dong below. The various provocations of the latter had already caused his killing intent to surge incomparably. Since you want to see my strength so much, I'll give you a good look. Killing intent surged in Lin Langtian's eyes as his body suddenly jerked. Immediately, the yuan power of the land started to churn violently as an incomparably powerful aura unfurled like a storm, rumbling and overflowing in the skies. Once this scene appeared, it drew countless shocked gazes. Even some half-step to manifestation stage practitioners felt an extremely strong pressure, and under that kind of pressure, they seemed to be unable to move at all. Such a powerful aura. It's at least advanced manifestation stage, right? I did not expect that Lin Langtian had progressed so rapidly, truly an exceptional genius of the Lin clan. Agreed, with his capability, he will likely reach the peak of the manifestation stage in less than 2 years, and obtain the strength to attack the Nirvana stage. In comparison, Lin Dong's aura is much weaker, but though his aura is not particularly strong, his battle power is fairly shocking. Lin Langtian had finally completely let loose his powerful aura, immediately causing an uproar in the arena. Sure enough, Lin Langtian's strength had soared in a short span of a year. The eyes glued onto Lin Langtian turned a little serious. However, Lin Dong was able to feel that Lin Langtian's aura had not truly reached the advanced manifestation stage, and could at most be considered quasi-advanced stage. But even so, the degree of difficulty Lin Langtian posed would definitely far surpass the advanced manifestation stage Ting Shuo, advancing from the half-step to manifestation to the quasi-advanced stage in a year. This Lin Langtian has his methods indeed. Although it was not the true advanced manifestation stage, a serious look flitted across Lin Dong's eyes. He had relied on the devouring power of the devouring ancestral symbol to leap from the Qi creation stage to the half-step to manifestation stage. Moreover, he had painstakingly cultivated in a dangerous spot like the mysterious Black Yin crevice for a whole half a year. Yet, Lin Langtian's progress over the past year was not the slightest bit slower than his. Looks like the various resources the Lin clan's most resplendent exceptional genius enjoyed was practically incomparable to the solitary Lin Dong. Previously, Lin Qing and Lin Mu had already displayed this sky-shattering devil tablet palm, hence its might was nothing new. However, when Lin Langtian used it, it was overwhelming to the limit. Moreover, a formidable and domineering fist intent swept out from the devil tablet like a wave, causing the Yuan power movement in one's body to become stifled. Compared to the Lin Qing duo, this martial art was several times more powerful in Lin Langtian's hands. Lin Langtian stepped in the air, each hand holding an enormous devil tablet, looking just like a war god that was carrying mountains. Merely gazing upon this scene would cause one to feel a suffocating sensation, die. Killing intent surged in Lin Langtian's eyes as he arms swung. The two devil tablets filled with formidable and domineering fist intent ruthlessly pounded down on Lin Dong like two humongous mountains. Bang bang bang. As the devil tablet fell, the air immediately exploded, jolting the numerous arenas below until huge cracks appeared on them. Such destructive power caused many people to be dumbstruck. Lin Dong lifted his head and looked at the descending mountain like devil tablets, and merely snorted. He stepped forward as his hands suddenly extended towards a piece of the enormous arena below. Lift for me. A low shout burst out from Lin Dong's throat. Immediately, formidable mental energy gushed out, filling the skies, as a piece of the enormous arena below started to tremble violently under the crowd's horrified gazes. In the end, it actually floated up in the air. Lin Dong's current mental energy was enough to shake the mountains, hence, lifting a piece of the arena was not impossible. This fellow, not only is his Yuan power cultivation unreasonable, even his mental energy is so tyrannical. No wonder he dared to challenge the quasi-advanced manifestation stage Lin Langtian, with his half-step to manifestation strength. The purple robe elder's face was likewise full of amazement. Such powerful mental energy, even Lin Langtian could not compare. Under countless astonished gazes, the humongous arena directly flew out, bringing with it a titanic shadow. Under Lin Dong's manipulation, it ferociously crashed into the two giant devil tablets. Boom. A loud sky-shattering noise resounded in the skies. Soon after, it was as if the light had been blocked. Countless boulders plummeted down from the sky, instantly smashing many holes in the giant battle arena. Fortunately, the powerful Lin clan practitioners stepped in, ensuring that the boulders did not fall into the spectator areas. Or else, rivers of blood would flow before the two finished fighting. Ha ha. So what if you're at the quasi-advanced manifestation stage? As the boulders fell, Lin Dong's figure abruptly charged into the sky. Along the way, boulder after boulder instantly started to revolve around his body before mercilessly shooting towards Lin Langtian at an astonishing speed. Lin Langtian's expression was ice cold. All 10 of his fingers flicked as formidable Yuan power winds directly turned the numerous incoming boulders to dust. They had no choice but to admit that Lin Dong's strength had indeed truly reached the level where it was enough to threaten Lin Langtian. Although the pretty face of Lin Langtian's extremely infatuated fangirl, Lin Shui, was looking a little ugly, she could only resentfully shut her mouth and not mock or ridicule anymore. The impact of Lin Dong directly lifting an arena on her was truly a little frightening. Without Lin Shui cawing at her ear, Lin Kuo sighed in relief. Her beautiful eyes unblinkingly watched the sky, observing the ferocious battle between the two as shock surged in her heart like the tide. In the old tomb 2 years ago, Lin Langtian only needed the pressure of his aura to cause Lin Dong to fall to an incomparably sorry state, struggling with all his might just to save his last bit of dignity. Yet, today, only 2 short years had passed since then, but the merely advanced Yuan Dan stage youngster had already grown to this level. This kind of progress was both stunning and shocking. Now, if anyone said that Lin Dong was already able to contend against Lin Langtian, it is likely there was no longer anyone who would doubt it in their hearts. The Battle of Titans had become truly marvelous. Two figures crossed blows as an alarming force swept out. Both of them promptly retreated several hundred steps before they finally steadied themselves. Amidst such an intense and vicious fight, neither displayed any signs of gaining the upper hand. This sight caused several people to marvel in their hearts, stunned by the fact that Lin Dong could actually fight evenly against Lin Langtian. Judging from the current situation, this branch family member definitely did not lose out to the legendary Lin clan genius Lin Langtian. In the sky, Lin Langtian's shoulder fiercely jolted, deflecting a stealthy force. His eyes were grim as he stared at Lin Dong, who was a distance away. He did not wish to prolong this fight, however. After exchanging blows, he gradually realized just how powerful the current Lin Dong was. Even an arrogant individual like him must admit that compared to the young man in the old tomb 2 years ago, the current Lin Dong had undergone a metamorphosis. Regardless of what miracle you encountered, don't ever dream of shaking my position. Lin Langtian secretly chuckled in his heart, wearing a dark expression as he stared at Lin Dong. Lin Dong's abilities had indeed exceeded his expectations. However, it was merely so. Right now, it was still impossible for Lin Dong to defeat him. At this point, Lin Langtian already planned not to drag this battle any further. He wanted to use his overwhelming strength to show the world that he, Lin Langtian, was the most resplendent genius in the Lin clan. Everyone else was merely fodder material, not to mention Lin Dong, a lowly branch family member whom was nothing but an ant in his eyes 2 years ago. Killing intent gushed into his heart as Lin Langtian's body suddenly rose further up in the air. There were no emotions on his face as his hands rapidly produced a series of complex and peculiar hand seals. Boom. 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 As Lin Langtian's hand seals changed, all the Yuan power in the area suddenly started to rage violently. Waves of boundless Yuan power swept forth from Lin Langtian's body like tidal waves. The boundless Yuan power began to gather above Lin Langtian's head. Faintly, they seemed to transform into a silver phoenix that was several hundreds of feet large, as an overwhelming and formidable aura slowly emerged. Lin Langtian's sudden movements undoubtedly drew the attention of the crowd. Everyone could tell that he was about to use a true killing move. Lin Langtian's usage of this martial art now evidently indicated that he did not plan to spare Lin Dong. He was going to use a true one-hit deadly finisher to instantly finish off Lin Dong. On the golden seats, the elders' expressions were tense as they glanced at each other while all secretly stunned. No one had been able to force Lin Langtian to such a state for a very long time. Lin Dong, soon, I shall let you personally witness my Lin clan's manifestation martial art. Lin Langtian hovered in mid-air, his voice booming like thunder. Above his head, a gigantic silver phoenix slowly materialized. A hurricane swept forth at every slow flap of its large wings. A hurricane powerful enough to rip apart a half-stepped manifestation practitioner. That fellow has indeed mastered the Lin clan's manifestation martial art. However, to their astonishment, they saw that Lin Dong had no intention of retreating even as he faced Lin Langtian's formidable attack. Instead, his foot stomped on the ground as he directly flew forth. Based on his actions, it seems like he was planning to clash head-on against Lin Langtian's manifestation martial art. Is that fellow courting death? This scene immediately caused waves of outbursts to emerge. Even an advanced manifestation stage practitioner would have no choice but to avoid Lin Langtian's blow. Lin Dong was merely at half-step to manifestation, yet he chose to face it directly. Was this not courting his death? Bang. However, Lin Dong ignored the commotion. He dashed up into the sky, his body instantly transforming into a puff of green smoke as he traveled along a peculiar and unpredictable path. While his feet moved, several after-images quickly appeared at an alarming rate. A total of 9 images, 9 destruction purple shadow. When the 9 after-images appeared, an extremely savage Yuan power shockwave instantly gathered on Lin Dong's left fist. Great desolate ocean splitting seal. As Yuan power gathered on his left fist, Lin Dong's right hand rapidly formed a series of hand seals. The crowd immediately saw potent Yuan power erupting from behind Lin Dong's body, transforming into an overflowing wave, following which, a gigantic glowing seal instantly split the wave apart. The current Lin Dong's feet executed supreme purity sky wanderer steps, his left hand the 9 destruction purple shadow, while his right hand the great desolate ocean splitting seal. 3 extraordinary martial arts were being simultaneously executed by him. That power was not weak at all, great sun thunder body. However, that was not the end. When the great desolate ocean-splitting seal appeared, a resplendent glow suddenly erupted from Lin Dong's body like a slowly rising sun. The scorching sun ascended as the yuan power in the area immediately started to boil, while a heart-palpitating force erupted from Lin Dong's body. So what if you're a manifestation martial art? You shall be destroyed. The two figures in the sky seemed to have received heavy blows as their bodies shot backwards, each releasing a muffled groan. Evidently, both of them had suffered rather severe backlash. When they saw this sight, the entire arena turned silent, while their eyes were filled with shock. Lin Langtian's magnificent manifestation martial art had actually been forcibly stopped by Lin Dong. You actually received my manifestation martial art. In the sky, Lin Langtian's chest rapidly rose and fell. A short while later, he was finally able to gradually calm down the raging blood in his body. He lifted his hand and wiped the corners of his lips, only to see a faint trace of blood. Immediately, his eyes turned exceedingly dark as he lifted his head and stared at Lin Dong. Lin Dong's expression was detached as he gently shook his arm. A tiny blood trail shot out from a paw before the turmoil inside his body dissipated. He slowly lifted his head and stared at Lin Langtian, but did not speak as his hands lightly clenched before a series of seals swiftly formed. As Lin Dong's hand seals changed, everyone clearly felt an earth-shattering yuan power undulation that was even more powerful than Lin Langtian's great heavenly phoenix seal suddenly appear. Immediately, countless astonished gazes turned to look at Lin Dong. Evidently, as the fight intensified, Lin Dong was finally going to use one of his fatal trump cards. Use the manifestation martial art you received from the Great Wasteland's ancient tablet. Else, you may never have the chance to. When he heard Lin Dong's ice-cold voice, Lin Langtian's pupils suddenly shrunk. In this moment, he could clearly feel a dangerous aura slowly emerging from Lin Dong's body. This video will end here. Thank you for watching.